Radical Islam Unveiled, Germany's stunning action against Islamic Center. Oh, mama, do I know some Iranian Germans or German Iranians, whatever, Iranians living in Germany that were celebrating this baby. Okay, let's get into it. In a landmark ruling, Germany's Federal Administrative Court has affirmed the categorization of the Islamic Center in Hamburg, known as the Blue Mosque, as a quote unquote extremist Islamic organization due to its alleged ties to the Iranian government. Despite the center's protests, the court upheld the classification given by the Federal Office for the Protection of the Constitution, stating that it was legally valid and therefore unobjectionable. The verdict stated that the Islamic Center, quote, pursues anti constitutional objectives. The ruling comes after German intelligence officials presented evidence of ties between the Blue Mosque and groups such as the Islamic Republic of Iran and Lebanon's Hezbollah. Interestingly, the court did not fully confirm these findings, but still considered the categorization valid. Notably, the deputy head of the Islamic Center of Hamburg, Seyed Soleiman Mosavi-Far, was expelled from Germany last November due to accusations of being linked to terrorist organizations. Okay, so let's give some background. There is an infamous institution in Germany known as the Blue Mosque in the center of Hamburg. And whew, there's a lot of history here and there's a lot of conspiracies here. I'm sure Armin has heard of this. And yeah. He's familiar and I'm excited to get his take. So previously, like this mosque has been investigated for their activities and they have received previous categorizations of being an extremist organization, right? And they objected legally to these investigations and these categorizations, blah, blah, blah. And they went through to the high courts, and the courts are like, yes, we affirm that this is an extremist Islamic organization and that they should be that these investigations are legitimate and all these things. So, Armin, what can you tell us about what you know about the Blue Mosque? What do you know about its activities? Because my friends tell me that are Iranians living in Germany that this is essentially a spy outpost of the Islamic Republic and that it's essentially used to monitor and intimidate Iranians living outside of Iran.
Well, that's what I've heard many, many times, and I know there has been a lot of pressure on this mosque for a lot of time by Iranians in Germany trying to bring attention to this, and they were never taken that seriously until the Mahsa revolution, and now all of a sudden it's working. Um, I don't know exactly like what are they going to do with this, because like what are they doing? Are they shutting it down? Because at the end of the day, um, there's a lot of mosques in Germany that are basically are also accused of being Turkey's arms and proca- tools of, I don't know, propaganda and
Intimidation.
spreading yeah,
Yeah.
intimidation and stuff like that in Germany, right? So we have one mosque that is the Shia. Again, I don't know exactly what Germany is right now, and some other European countries are trying to be tougher on Iran. A lot of the times when you see stuff like this happening, there's something else that is happening in the background that is more about that than this. For example, when we talked about Sweden and Turkey, uh, what is in the background were F-16s, right?
Mhm.
So here, um, they're not, if when you see the moves like this being made, you can see that they are selective, right? So they have their hands are open to put pressure on Iran's institutions in Germany or not, depending on what they need at the time. And right now, I think, and again, I'm not sure about this. The reason why Germany is more open to put pressure like this on Iran is because of the Islamic Republic's sale of drones to Russia. So I don't know if exactly these things are related or not, but I suspect that they are. Europe is now taking a lot more anti-Islamic Republic approach than they used to. So much so that they are becoming more aggressive against the Islamic Republic of Iran, the government of Iran, than the United States. Traditionally, used to be the other way around. Traditionally, used to be that the U.S. was more aggressive against Iran's government, and Europe was a lot more mellow. But now it's flipping because of how angry Europe is about the support that Iran is having for the Russian government in Ukraine. So, does that make sense?
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah, I know. It's
Mm.
not clear exactly like, okay, so they've made this determination about this mosque and this organization, but what are they going to do moving forward? I didn't get a sense of that
Yeah,
based on the reporting that I've read, to be
what's gonna
clear.
happen?
Um,
I want to know. Yeah.
but Armin, actually in the show notes, I had something that I wanted you to show, which I think is a pretty cool little anecdote. Actually, or I could show it if it'd be easier for you.
No, no, I'll show it. Hold on.
Okay, cool.
Sorry, I'm trying to make sure that I have something for the last news as well. That's why it's a little bit. Wait, no, you show it because I actually
Yeah,
closed
exactly.
the. Yeah, yeah, you show it.
Okay,
Let me
give me
make
30
sure I
seconds.
post it because I want to make sure for the last news I have this for you guys.
Okay.
Hold on.
So, speaking of the Blue Mosque, what it made me think of was this incident right here. And so, can you see this? Cool. Yes, you can. Let me zoom in a little bit more. So, this happened. When was this? This was in October. And this was like in the dead, height, the height of the deadly protests and revolutions happening in Iran. And the thing is that a lot of Iranian activists living in Germany are known by the Hamburg Mosque because of their activities against the mosque and the mosque's activities. And so they're not allowed on the property and they're like actively banned, right? But what happened was that there is this activist, and I wish I could remember his name right now. Maybe the translation will tell me. No, it won't translate. Okay. Anyways, you see this man at the center here holding a sign. This, oh man, actually, give me a second. I can find it. He is an Iraqi Kurdish activist living in Germany. And we actually, Armin and I met him when we were at Celebrating Dissent conference in Germany last August. And really cool dude. I've never met a street man that is like more supportive of LGBT stuff. It's pretty cool. And anyways, when the mosque was trying to have its activities, he went up and started doing a protest in front of everyone and holding this sign for Masa Amini. And they like had a little bit of a confrontation with him and took him off and almost arrested him. The police got
Wow.
involved. They were investigating what was happening. Blah blah blah. Yeah, here you can see the sign that he was holding that had Masa Amini and other names and faces of civilians that were killed during the uprising in Iran. And yeah, here he is, like holding this sign right in front of the Blue Mosque. I just thought this was so badass. I just thought this was so badass.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, look at this. Look at this. Like right in front of where they're trying to film stuff with their own cameras. Yeah,
That's
I
pretty
thought that
badass. Yeah.
this was really impressive because I know that there are so many people that really want to show how they feel about this mosque and they're not given the opportunity to. Um,
Hmm.
and he took it upon himself, even though he's not Iranian, to show his solidarity in this very, very bold statement. Um, yeah, I was pretty impressed. Let
Yeah,
me
that's
find his
pretty
name.
good. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you. All right, I got the thing for the next news prepared and everything is ready to go. I'm actually
Beautiful.
yeah. I got something nice prepared.
I'm gonna feel bad if
All
I
right.
can't find his name. Damn it.
I know I remember him.
Oh, I think it's Ahmed Shirvan.
Show us the page. Yes.
This is from Celebrating Dissent, guys. This was our brochure. See, can you see that?
Yeah. Can you show us on the same brochure?
Oh, yeah. Well, I came earlier because I was on the
This is
first panel. Here's Armin. Right there.
yes.
And where is me? Ooh, I have allergies right now. I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. Okay. There's me.
With the Atheist Republic shirt as well.
Yeah. You know what's funny though is the panel that's in this actually in the brochure was like completely different than who ended up being on my panel. So
Oh,
but anyways,
wait, I forgot to show this comment here. This is a good comment regarding this news. 70 years too late.
yeah, exactly. Apparently this
German
mosque
court
has
fine.
been under surveillance for decades. Like, I don't
Yes.
know if they have no constitutional basis or whatever to just shut it down and that's the best that they can do.